for television because it was a holiday weekend and people are out. So this is a really bad weekend. The Wimbledon final, which was riveting and compelling and unbelievable, but the weather in the Northeast was great. It got a 1-9. The soccer games, Costa Rica, Netherlands, got a 4. And that doesn't count Univision, propped up to a 5. That doesn't count the apps, which we know now are through the roof with soccer. By the way, well, what about the MLS? The MLS yesterday, during the World Cup, so people are getting their World Cup fill, right? If you love soccer, you got the World Cup. The MLS yesterday, Kansas City, small market, got a .4. Beat the Yankees and Twins. They got a .3 on, TBS? Beat the hot dog eating contest. Listen, if you're not into something, you can always take yourself and talk yourself into failure. Years ago, Starbucks. I'm from Seattle, 25 years ago. My mom was like, Starbucks. People are never going to pay $3.50 for a coffee. People like their own coffee. It's too bitter. Who's going to wait 7 minutes in line at a coffee shop? Mom, you don't live in the culture, so you don't understand it. If you don't live in a culture, you don't get it. If you're not 17 to 36, you are out of the soccer revolution in this country. You're my mom and 70 years old at 64 years old talking about Starbucks. She was drinking Folgers. She didn't understand people paying $3 and $4 up to $5 for whatever they were serving, getting in line. Wait, she liked her home coffee. She didn't understand it. But think about this. Last year, 5 MLS teams outdrew Major League Baseball teams and 11 outdrew the Marlins. 4 teams in the MLS average more than their capacity. The stadiums are too small. Kansas City, Portland, San Jose, and Montreal. The Seattle Sounders last year drew 41,500. They outdrew the Yankees, Mets, Angels, Nats, Red Sox, Rangers, Phillies, Cubs, White Sox, Tigers. I can keep giving you all the fundamentals. The momentum of Starbucks 25 years ago was clear. The people who denied it were older, like my mom, and were not in the culture. 8 years ago, the MLS, shaky, empty stadiums. Today, they're averaging 19,000, and 4 teams could average significantly more. They average more than their capacity. They can't sell enough tickets. 10 franchises are profitable. They just signed a new record deal with Fox and ESPN. So is the MLS great quality? Well, not compared to the English Premier League yet, but I got news for you. There are 6 or 7 AAA baseball teams in Major League Baseball right now. I mean, watch the Mets play. That's not a Major League team. Watch the Padres. That's a double a AAA batting order. I'm watching the Mets and the Padres play in 2 weeks. I told my kids, get ready for a dual no-hitter. The momentum is in. In 1996, the LA Galaxy averaged 28,000. Now the Sounders in a smaller market average 44, and the league average is over 20. You're getting close to it. So you can pick stuff apart. The ratings this weekend were 4s, which doesn't count Univision, which is another point, and they're getting ratings in the right cities. Educated cities with lots of young people. D.C., L.A., New York, Chicago, and markets you'd never expect. Kansas City, Indianapolis, Orlando. You'd never expect them to be big soccer markets. It's happening. It's Starbucks 30 years ago. This is not a fluke. Colin, you're pushing it. You've listened to my show. I like demographics. I like business. I talk about it all the time. You can put your lineup in the sense. It's never going to be the NFL. It's never going to be the NBA. But it's going to surpass hockey really quick. And it is happening. It is cheaper. It is easier. It's more ethnically diverse. The Latino explosion in America. It's happening. You can line in the sand it. It is happening in front of your eyes. Don't be my mom with Starbucks. Rest her soul. Mom, you don't live in the culture. You just don't understand it. But Mom, I'm telling you, people are spending $3.50 for coffee. And they're sitting in line for 10 minutes. They're late to work. They're pulling off a busy freeway because they see that symbol. That's so ridiculous. I know, but who can explain cultures? Who can explain smoking? People smoke. Who can explain that? I mean, smart people smoke. Not everybody that smokes is a dummy. How do you explain smoking? There's an addictive quality. There is an addictive quality to a large degree to sports. It's emotionally addictive. You grow up a Yankee fan, you're a Yankee fan for life. You'll go to the games, you're miserable, driving you nuts. You call your local radio station, you complain. It's making you unhappy, not happy, but you're addicted to it emotionally. Part of your life habit. You love it. I mean, Cleveland fans, packed stadiums, their teams are awful forever. They love it. It's part of their life. We're all human. I mean, there are people in America that spend tickets annually to go and boo. You hate it, but you go. So get out of it's not the EPL, it's not this. Here's what it is. Growing like a mother at 50% clip. 50%. World Cup to World Cup. You can't deny that. Carmelo, I think, staying in New York. Lakers are making a big push. We'll talk about that. Brian Windhorst, top of the hour. I kind of think